Hi there, and welcome to a very special Sound Like with myself, Colin.
And Rob.
Awesome. And we're going to do a tribute to the late, great Ginger Baker. And what better way to do it on what was the budget?
There isn't one.
Oh, yes. So, where do you want to start?
That drum kit right there.
It was just immediately. We don't even have to decide. I mean, look at that. That is insane.
I already made a decision because I called this up from the warehouse and it's made mahogany. So we're
And
using that one.
And it's a 24 as well. Just hear the... Oh, it's going to be beaut. So what do you reckon? No pillows in? Keep it as
I'm going to go
authentic as
super
possible?
vintage, double coated.
Sick.
That's done. Snare.
Well, that's the easiest kit kick ever. So
he uses quite a shallow snare and a metal one.
which, well, it
So
depends.
we've got-
If we're trying to kind of, there's two main sounds that we could do.
This also
is
true.
the old school, the 60s, kind of late 60s-esque, where he's done his Toad solo, which I'm going to try and do. And then you've also got when it's DW kit, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we're
Back at Royal Albert Hall.
purposely going album sound. So we're not doing the modern version.
Okay.
We're probably going vintage. So, I mean, he was probably using an old Luddy or an old
Yeah, I was going to say a
Dynasonic.
Luddy, yeah, because it's probably that.
Probably had like a fibre skin on, do you know what I mean? So we're going to tune it old school and figure out what dampening is going to be needed.
I mean, that's probably got, again, probably a little bit too much attack.
I mean, they're lovely snares.
Beautiful. Well, the kind of free-floating thing, the shell is just in perfection. Let's have a little listen to this one. I mean, that's again too high, but it matches the finish.
I was thinking this Sonar.
Do you want to pull it down? We'll have a little goosey.
Uber nice.
So, again, this might have too much. So again, super ring. I mean,
We'll have
we
to
could
get some of that ring. But
pop like a bit of moonshell, maybe even a wallet or something.
yeah, I'll
Could be a good
go
shout.
old school.
Yeah.
What else we got? That Taylor just eats your ears.
Yeah, it's too
You
much
could
attack.
use your snare.
Brooklyn, again?
Pull that off.
Oh, pull you off. All right, let's have a listen to this. So, I actually own this snare. Oh my God. So I think if I was playing something a bit more rockier, he's got his jazz influences and things like that, which is very, very apparent in his playing.
We can tune that down. I reckon we can tune that down.
Cool, okay, so snare done. So a beautiful 14 by 6.5 chrome over brass. So I'll pop this in the corner.
One weighs a ton.
And then it's just cymbals then. Cymbals maybe, and then a double pedal.
Yeah, so obviously for Toad you're going to need...
But he, with his setup, he had a 22 and a 20. So separate bass strings, which gives him that kind of authentic vibe. We're only going to use the 24, isn't it?
Yeah, we're just going to use one beautiful 24.
It's a lushy. So his most recent setup, the ride was actually a 22. So I think we'd be able to kind of either a 21 or a 23.
Well, I was thinking, yeah,
I mean, that is beautiful.
not A customs go too bright. I was thinking standard
It's
A's.
just attack in it, yeah. I mean, maybe I'd
maybe
love
something
to
darker.
Constantinople. Have we got like a bad boy over there? So we've got a 16.
16.
I mean, 16's... Again, it might be just a bit too sharp.
18?
18?
That's quite dark and nice.
Hopefully I'll have... Amazing.
That was sort of contrast.
So a bit more wash, a bit more kind of...
Steal that one.
Nice. So I'm torn between the 21. So again, I think my opinion is 23. That little bit more attack.
Just go big.
Yeah? Go big or go home.
Go big and go home.
So he uses new beats, doesn't he?
Which we must have.
Or used new beats, sorry.
Used. They're A's.
So, yeah. So again, authentic sound. One of the most recorded hi-hats.
They just sound great.
So lush. So we need one more crash. I'm kind of
sticking with natural.
Maybe a K?
Go for a K.
Let's just have a little listen. That is definitely a ride. Let's not make that mistake again. Maybe a little bit
also
of
a
buzzing
ride.
off the wall as well. We've already got. I mean, the dark customs are beautiful, but we've already got an 18 Constantinople.
What about bottom right? Because you can use that as a ride and a crash.
This one here. Oh, lushy.
Pull it off the wall. Let's not have it vibrating in the corner.
Have a look at this. So we've got this sweet. Sweet. Look at that. Amazing. We should get some nice stick articulation on the ride. I mean, that is unbelievable sounding, isn't it?
Tell you what.
Yeah. Pop that on there.
Hold that. See if the
The contrast? Yeah, it's a good shout. So you've got a little bit more top end, a little bit more treble, and then that kind of the full bulk.
This is much darker, so that works.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
Cool.
don't need any splashes or anything.
I'm just going
You're going to be doing the old school, aren't
I'm
you?
just going to keep it as simple as I can. I mean, he used a bigger setup, used more toms, things like that. So yeah, I think keeping it simple.
Well, we're literally going for the retro vibe. So
absolutely. I mean, the cymbals are obviously going to sound a bit more kind of modern. It's going to be very, very difficult, and the mix is what's going to be very important as well.
Yeah, and also we're going to mic it a little bit differently this week. So
yeah, which we'll talk about a bit later. So
we're going
good to
for
go?
sound. Let's
cool.
Let's go next door.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Well, thanks for joining us this week, where we were looking at the late great Ginger Baker. I thought we did really well. The kit, once again, masterworks, man, blow my mind.
They're addictive to play, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are. Every time we set one up, we're just like, wow, these sound good. So, this particular masterworks, we purposely picked this one off the shelf because it is a mahogany shell. So we're going for the vintage Ginger. We're not going for the DW kit that he used when he played the Royal Albert Hall. We're going more
sold out 4 dates in a row. I think it was something stupid.
Yeah, but they did loads of tours when they were younger.
Oh yeah, true. And then they immediately hated it. Like
so
crazy.
we are going for the album original, older sound. So
look at this finish as well. Absolutely beautiful. I always point out the finish, and you're like,
back to the gear.
No, but it's just amazing, and that kick as well. Like, really does bring out that kind of old school sound.
Yes. So we put a bit of effort into how we tuned and recorded it. So we've got coated heads top and bottom. We've also got thicker heads on the floor tom than on the rack tom, even though this is a 13x10, that's nearly a floor tom. And we've also got nothing in the bass drum. So we've gone really old school tuning.
You'll really hear that thud in it.
There's lots of
beautiful.
Air. It's big 24.
So beautiful.
So amazing. It is a lovely kit. It's a mahogany shelled, and we've tuned it very vintage, coated heads top and bottom. But we also use slightly different mics today. So we've gone old school. We still close mic the toms, but we use more room mics and ribbon mics and things.
Yeah, sexy new little ribbon mics sound amazing as well. I think with the old school sound as well, you know, their kind of technology with the microphones was, you know, it's about 50 years ago.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like how much the tech has come along. So it's quite hard to replicate and, you know, try and sound as authentic as possible.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this drum can sound lots of different ways. You put different heads and tune it, but we've purposely tuned it muffled and sort of old school. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then big
cymbals. Yeah, I mean we were pretty close. I mean he doesn't use a Constantinople, but it's a very similar kind of. But brings out his kind of jazzy approach. He uses those hats, doesn't he? Like he's pretty much similar.
When he was using the DW kit, so in the old days,
so it's the old school.
He was using like
Zens
and all
Zins
sorts
even.
Of
sorry,
old school.
Well, this is it. I mean, but the ride is an inch bigger, I believe, than his newest setup. Yeah, I thought it sounded absolutely beautiful.
And we did a wallet on the snare. So we tried Moon Gel, and we're like, actually, we just want something a bit.
We tried it without as well. Just the ring. It's the 14x6.5, the chrome over brass Brooklyn. Again, absolutely, you know, amazing crack, but it's just too overpowering.
Yeah, not what we wanted for this sound. So
yeah,
but then again, you played Toad, so it sounded great. So
thank you very much. I mean, learning Toad from my kind of approach to double kick and my kind of metal-y background, I guess, it was very, very hard because he has that kind of in between straight and swung kind of feel. So it's incredibly hard. Hopefully that came across in my depiction of Toad. That was one of the hardest things, to try and keep that.
Yeah, whenever I went through a sort of cream phase when I was younger, and I was trying to learn it, and it was always that
sounds a little bit dodgy.
Only in his head. I remember that. I remember trying to get that straight to get the middle ground. It was terrible as a kid.
Questlove is a prime example of that, but you know he's pushed it to the next realm. You know, trying to study someone's life's work in a matter of about a week. I had to learn this, so it was a little bit tricky.
So I hope you liked our take on Ginger Baker, and this was a bit of a tribute to the late great man himself, who's
the legend,
inspired a few drummers since, hasn't he? So
just a few, yeah. I mean, being part of one of the only bands, well, not the only band, but one of the first bands in a pop status to have a full-length drum solo in a tune,
which you played,
questionably.
Yeah.
But let me know what you think about that in the comments. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. I've been Colin.
I've been Rob.
And we'll see you next time.